Good morning. I've made a lot of different kinds of breakfast for you folks over the years, most of them dating back to when I was a kid, but I'm going to do something a little different this morning, and was really what we had to eat in those days. I grew up in the Great Depression, and all that is to most people anymore is just a word. They had no idea just how bad it was. We lived on a ranch and we're a little bit more fortunate than some people, but I'm going to have rice this morning for breakfast. It'll be a hot dish, and you know, it's not very it's a pretty good meal. We couldn't afford the fancy things like Wheaties and cornflakes out of a box, and had to cook our own breakfast. You know, rice is the world's universal food. It's probably the cheapest food for the amount of food energy that you get that there is. I looked it up on the internet, and rice was selling for 3 cents a pound in 1934. It stores well, it's easy to transport, and it's easy to cook. All you do to cook it is a cup of water, bring it to a boil, and put in a half cup of rice, put the lid on, and 30 minutes later it's done. We had rice quite often as a kid. They also had a thing they called cream of wheat, which I didn't like at all. And then to season it for eating, you put in some butter and sugar, stir that up, and add some milk. You know, the Great Depression of the 1930s, we didn't have any crutches then, like food stamps, welfare, unemployment insurance, or anything like that. It was just everybody on their own. And while what we have now has eased the pain for a lot of people, it hasn't cured the problem. And it's been proven many times over, you can't borrow your way out of debt. And unfortunately, the debt has been built up to where you and your kids and your grandkids will be paying it for the next 50 years. And that's going to preclude many of you and the younger people from ever owning a home or being able to buy a new car. Just like I remember it. And it's not a bad hot breakfast. You ought to make some sometime. There's a saying, eat what your grandparents did and you'll be healthy for life. Thanks for watching my videos, and tell your friends about them.